another episode of Culinary Kits for Kids. Today's recipe is a cucumber, tomato, and red onion salad. Now, some people are a little iffy with red onion, but just give it a try, friends. It's got so much flavor. Oh my goodness, you will not believe how delicious this is. So, in your culinary kit, you will get 1 cucumber, you will get 1 Roma tomato, you will get 1 vinegar packet, and you will get half of a red onion, okay? And then in my kitchen and in your kitchen, hopefully you have some oil. I used olive oil, 1 tablespoon, and then salt and pepper to taste. I just kind of put some in here, and I'm not gonna pour it all as I'm mixing, right? And then I'll see if I need a little bit more, okay? So, everybody remembers you got your child-safe knife in your very first culinary kit, and that's what we're gonna use today. So first, we're gonna chop our red onion. Now, it calls for it being sliced, and these knives are pretty difficult to cut with. So, if you are going to use it, okay, I always recommend this. Use a seesaw motion, right, back and forth. And I recommend that if you cut it in half, now you have a flat surface, and it makes it a little bit easier to continue to seesaw. Now, if you have a parent or a guardian around, they can use the knife. We don't want you using this on your own unless you do know you have some confidence and you've used these before, because it's really easy to cut yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this. So you're gonna use like a bear claw, right? And you're gonna hold on, but make sure you're not too close, because if you're too close to the edge, right, you might cut your knuckles. So I'm gonna hold my knife like this, right? And I'm gonna put my 3 fingers around the base so I have a really good hold. And then, just like with the other knife, I'm gonna make a seesaw motion. And do the same thing, make a seesaw motion. And then, with this side, right, we're gonna do the same thing. Seesaw motion, making a bear claw. The bear claw helps you to get some stability, and it really helps to decrease the risk of actually injuring yourself. And I'm just gonna cut it. You can cut it as thin or thick as you would like. I know with my family, they can be pretty picky, so they always like it pretty thin, right? So I'm doing it about this thin, right? And then whenever we come back, all of this will be cut and ready. Okay, friends, so now we have our red onion all cut. Now we're gonna move on to slicing our cucumber. Now you can choose to leave the skin on if you want. If you do, just make sure that you really clean it very well. But let's do something else. I'm going to actually use a vegetable peeler, but I'm gonna be careful, right? Because it can still cut you. So, okay. And I'm gonna peel it just like so. And again, you can leave the skin on. Just know that it is a little waxy. That's okay, the wax is edible, which means you can eat it. But it's up to you, right? I personally like to really taste the cucumber. And so for me personally, I feel that if I peel it, I can really taste it. But again, it's up to you, right? It could be a texture thing. So my cucumber is nice and chopped, and that's okay that it has some thin lines. I really don't mind, right? It's all up to you, friends. So again, using my child-safe knife, I'm gonna cut off the very ends. But you don't want to cut off too much because we don't want to waste food, right? And then seesaw motion, so back and forth. I'm going to cut down and make thin slices like this, like little coins. Okay, so we're back. So I added my cucumbers, and don't worry, I washed my hands. I added the cucumber with the red onion. Now you may think it might be a little too much cucumber. You can choose to do half. But I really love cucumber, so I'm gonna use it all. And now we have 1 Roma tomato. Now tomatoes are very it's very easy to squish them. So again, you can still use your child safe knife, or you can have a parent or guardian help you with using a sharp knife. And I did make sure to wash it really well. So I'm gonna gently cut off just a thin sliver of the end with where you can see it grew on the vine. So I am gonna cut my Roma tomato into 4s. So what I did was I cut off that bottom end so it's flat, and then you cut down and you wanna hold it, and then you cut again. So now the slices look like this. You see, it's a 4th. So you can choose to keep the little insides if you want. I personally don't like it too watery, so I usually take out just a little bit of the seeds on the inside, just so that it's not so, the mixture is not so wet. Okay. Again, I'm just carefully cutting it out, right? And what's nice is you're still getting a lot of great nutrition and benefits without that inside. But so what makes this meal so healthy? It is full of veggies, right? And they're all of different colors. So that means that there's different antioxidants, which is what gives produce their color. And those antioxidants have wonderful health benefits, let me tell you. We know that it can help you live a long, healthy life, and it can help decrease the risk of getting really sick. So you know how sometimes your parents or guardians may say, take some vitamin C or eat an orange. Eating meals like this every day can have the same impact. So now I'm just gonna chop, a rough chop. And if you have extra tomatoes at home, or if you have little grape tomatoes, you can easily cut those in half. Those work great. I really like those ones too. So you can use a variety of colors, of types. In this recipe, you can add other vegetables. Sometimes at home, I like to add bell peppers and slice them really thin. That to me is always pretty tasty. I'm a really big fan of the orange, yellow, red bell peppers, but the green works just as fine. So now I have everything all in a bowl. So we're gonna move this aside carefully. Okay. And now we're ready to move on to the actual mixing of the salad. So usually with this, the long part, or the more challenging part, is just doing the cutting, but the rest of it's super easy. So I have my little vinegar packet. It's super cute, friends. It's green, has a little mouth on it. You want to be careful because you could accidentally get the vinegar everywhere. And this is just plain vinegar. Now the recipe calls for red wine vinegar, but really it's your choice what you want to use. So if you have apple cider vinegar, white vinegar, red wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar, anything at home that you like more, you can use that. So I had some difficulty tearing it. You can use scissors with the assistance of a parent or guardian, or you can use a knife like I did, and of course use parent or guardian. So now I'm just gonna drizzle that over. And I'm going to use all of my olive oil, trust me. And it helps to kind of balance out the tartness of the vinegar. Oops. And now, I'm only gonna add about half my salt and pepper now, because it may be just enough. And I'm gonna gently mix. I have a spoon, right, a wooden spoon. You can use a normal spoon, you can even use a fork. It's really whatever you have. And you wanna try to mix it to where you see that salt and pepper as even as possible, okay? So now, it's mixed. Friends, it smells absolutely delicious. This would be so nice on a nice warm summer day. a cold sandwich with maybe some chips, and then this on the side to, of course, get veggies in wherever we can. And then maybe a nice glass of ice water or lemonade. I'm ready for summer, y'all. So this is our cucumber tomato red onion salad, and I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to leave comments down below on maybe some changes that maybe you made at home and you like more. All right. Bye, friends.